You work hard, earn your money, and the government takes their cut. Fair enough, right? But then you go to the shops and pay GST on everything you buy. When you decide to invest your money, your gains get taxed. When you buy a house with the money you've already been taxed on, you get a stamp duty bill. And now, they're even talking about taxing money you haven't made yet. They're talking about taxing unrealized gains. This is getting ridiculous. I understand that governments need revenue to function. Roads, hospitals, schools, these things cost money. What we're dealing with in Australia right now isn't just taxation, it's straight up theft. Every single dollar you earn gets hit multiple times before you can actually do anything meaningful with it. Let's start with the obvious one. You work your job, and depending on your bracket, the government takes anywhere from 19% to 45% of what you earn. That's before you even see the money hit your account. If you're earning decent money, you're losing almost half of it before you can spend a single dollar. Every single thing you buy in Australia comes with a 10% GST. For people outside of Australia, GST stands for Goods and Services Tax. It's the equivalent of sales taxes in the United States. Your groceries, your coffee, your fuel, your phone bill, the money you're spending has already been taxed when you earned it, and now they're taxing you again when you spend it. Think about that for a second. Let's say you earn $100, they take $30 in income tax, leaving you with $70. You then go to spend that $70 on groceries, they'll take another $7 in GST. So essentially, that $100 you made only has $63 worth of purchasing power. That's a tax rate of 37% just on basic living expenses. You haven't invested, you haven't bought property, you've just earned money and spent it on necessities. And already, more than a third of your hard work has been taken by the government. When you buy a house, you get charged with a stamp duty bill, a tax that can cost you tens of thousands of dollars just for the privilege of purchasing property. In some states, you're looking at 4 to 5% of the property value going straight to the government. So you've worked hard, paid your income tax, saved up for a deposit while paying GST on everything. And now you need to hand over another massive chunk just to buy a house. It's like they're actively discouraging people from building wealth and security. When you decide to invest the money you have left over, capital gains tax is waiting for you. They'll take up to half of any profit you make, depending on how long you held the investment. The message seems to be, don't try to improve your financial situation. We'll be there every step of the way to take our cut. To be fair though, if you sell assets at a loss, you can declare those capital losses and use them to offset any future gains. You need to actually realize the losses by selling, and the tax benefit only helps if you have gains to offset. They're not cutting you a check for your losses, they're just letting you pay slightly less tax on your wins. But here's the tax they don't tell you about. Inflation. Every time the Reserve Bank of Australia prints more money, they're essentially taxing everyone who holds Aussie dollars. When the money supply expands, your purchasing power goes down. That money in your bank account buys less groceries, less fuel, less everything. This is the most insidious tax of all because it's invisible. You don't get a tax bill for it, but you feel it every time you go to the shops and notice prices have gone up. Your wages might stay the same, but everything costs more. It's a hidden tax on your savings and on your future. So if the government can just print more money whenever they need, why do they need to tax us so heavily in the first place? They're literally creating money out of thin air, devaluing what we've worked hard to earn, and then still demanding massive chunks of our income through normal taxes. The Labour government is now floating the idea of taxing unrealized gains. This is absolutely insane. This means they want to tax you on money you haven't actually made yet. Your property goes up in value on paper, they want their cut. Your shares increase in value, but you haven't sold, they still want to tax you. This isn't just bad policy, it's economic suicide. How are you supposed to pay tax on money you don't have? You'd be forced to sell assets just to pay the tax bill, which defeats the entire purpose of long-term investing. Here's what really gets me. The system seems to be designed to keep people dependent on employment. Want to start a business? Good luck navigating the tax maze. Every aspect of business creation and growth is taxed heavily. Company tax, payroll tax, GST on your revenue. They've made it as difficult as possible to build something meaningful. Meanwhile, other countries are actively encouraging entrepreneurship and business creation because they understand that's how you build a strong economy. Australia seems determined to do the opposite. Look at countries like Singapore or even parts of the US. They understand that if you want people to take risks, innovate, or build businesses, you need to let them keep more of what they earn. You need to reward success, not punish it. But here in Australia, it feels like the government's approach is to squeeze every possible dollar out of productive people, and then wonder why we're not seeing more innovation and business creation. This isn't just about money, it's about freedom and opportunity. When the government takes such a large slice of everything you do, it limits your choices. It makes it harder to take risks, harder to invest in yourself, and harder to build something meaningful. Young people especially are getting crushed by this system. They're trying to save for a house while paying massive rent, GST on everything, and high income tax. Then when they finally scrape together a deposit, they get hit with a stamp duty. It's like the system is designed to keep them poor. At the end of the day, this isn't just about tax policy. It's about the kind of country Australia is becoming. Are we a country where hard work and smart decisions get rewarded? Or are we a country where the government takes more than what they deserve, and it's barely worth getting ahead anymore? Right now, it feels like we're heading towards the latter, and that should worry everyone who cares about opportunity and economic freedom in this country. Anyways, that's it from me today. What do you think? Are Australian taxes getting out of control, or am I being too harsh? Let me know in the comments below. I'm curious to hear your opinions on this topic. And if you found this interesting, hit the subscribe button. I'll be uploading more soon. Thank you for watching, and take care.